Tonight is Bonfire night in the UK, where we all gather to set off fireworks and light massive fires to celebrate the fact that a guy once failed to blow up Parliament and kill all of the politicians and king in it. We don't celebrate a revolution, and we don't celebrate the fall of tyranny, we're celebrating an unsuccessful attempt at it. Or at least, that's the idea. An American friend once asked me what Bonfire night is all about, so I told her about how as a kid we'd build life-size effigies of Guy Fawkes, parade them around the school playground, vote on whose replica was most lifelike, and then burn it alive in front of a cheering crowd of tipsy parents and teachers. But why do we actually do it? Bonfire night is rooted in the gunpowder plot of 1605, when a group of Catholic conspirators, including our boy Guy Fawkes, tried to blow up the Houses of Parliament, assassinate King James I, and install a Catholic monarch in his place. Obviously, they failed. Guy Fawkes was caught guarding the explosives, then he was tortured and executed. And then Londoners that very night lit celebratory bonfires, and Parliament declared the date a national day of Thanksgiving. A failed terrorist plot turned annual party, complete with fireworks to simulate the explosion that didn't happen. Let's talk about the face of it, Guy Fawkes, for just a second. In modern pop culture, especially post V for Vendetta, Guy Fawkes is framed as this brooding anti-hero, a symbol of rebellion, a man who stood up to tyranny. But in reality, he was a Catholic fundamentalist trying to turn England into a Vatican puppet state by blowing up the government and installing Isabella of Spain as the Queen. He wasn't exactly Che Guevara, he was more like a 17th century version of your mad Christian uncle on Facebook who thinks that the Pope should run everything. Still, his failure led to harsher laws against the Catholics and, in a mad twist of irony, pushed the UK further towards the church separating from the state. So what are we actually celebrating? That we weren't turned into a theocracy? That Parliament didn't explode? That we survived an attack from religious extremists by burning a giant effigy of one? It's all a bit muddled now. Most people just see it as a night to get drunk, chuck sparklers at their mates, and set fire to old pallets in the local park. Honestly, I think a lot of these people these days are celebrating the fact that he had a go, not the fact he failed. Because if someone tried that in 2025, half the internet would be saying, well, he's got a point, before the explosion even fizzled out. Most traditions are unhinged when you explain them in layman's terms. We burn a man in effigy to honour the fact that he didn't blow us up. We drag a tree indoors to put lights on it for the birthday of a man who wasn't born then. And we eat chocolate eggs to commemorate a man rising from the dead. We are but sacks of meat on a floating rock, desperately assigning meaning to mad shit. Bonfire night is just another example of our deeply British ability to take trauma and turn it into an excuse for fireworks and sausages. And to be honest, I don't think there's anything more British than that.